Welcome back to the PSN Commando Protest Sports Network. We're back with another video. AGTG. I'm sorry, and the delay. We got special guests. We got two special guests we haven't seen in a while. I'm gonna let them each do some sales until they can find themselves at, and we're gonna get right into the festivities. We ain't gonna cut no cards. But I know it's all glory to God, man. So let's get right into it. I want to start with Mr. on the warpath himself.
What's up? What's up, Tony? It's good that I'm
Corey?
glad when you can't get your A. I'm glad when you can't get your A and B squad or your C squad, you can call me down here at the D squad and everything. It's good. I'm humbled. I'm honored to be back on here. I know it's been as long as that old lady lived on the Titanic, but it was what she say, it's been 84 long years, and it's good to be back on protest. I think you done had like 3 different logo changes since I did. I mean, last time I saw you, your locks was up to your cheeks and everything, brother. So it's good. It's good to finally be back on here. And yeah. And like Gus said, I'm the Jared Patterson of streamers. I done got traded over to the LA Chargers. I might cover the Chargers. I'm out there with Darren Haynes now. But no, it's good to be back here with you, brother. On the warpath, St. Charles 405. That's where you can find me at.
It's good to connect with Corey in general. I just wanted to say thank you, Corey, for hopping on tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
And that's what I really want to chop up with Corey. I've not talked to Corey in forever. We sat there for like 10 minutes and caught up. And there's so many things happened in his life that I didn't even know. That I didn't even peep. But yes, it's good to talk to Corey. It's always good talking to Corey. We're we reconnected for real. No bad. But man, my man Live Wire, what's up, bro? How you doing, dog?
What's going on, man? Tony, is always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? You can always find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. It's good to connect with Corey, Mr. Warpath himself. You know what I'm saying? So, we be seeing each other through social media in the passing, but it's pretty good to interact with you on this set. Just by sheer chance, Tone, I happened to check my other Twitter account last night, and I saw on your message. I said, "Oh shit, I slept on this one." So, but no matter what, I'm always gonna come through for you, bro.
I appreciate that. So
yeah,
we waiting for Timmy turn, wishing for a burner, and the one that everyone hates, Jairus. I don't know why I hate Jairus for. I don't know why everybody hates Jairus. We're gonna make a show. We're gonna make a YouTube
like everybody hates Chris
show. Everybody hates Jairus,
I mean, that'd be ironic if it was everybody hates Chris.
Yes. I ain't seen Jairus in a while.
The corner vanished off the tube, got back on the tube, but I don't know what happened. Don't ask me questions. The corner to do what the corner do.
Because I usually, if I don't see your video, Corey's video, or Real doing video, Jared's video always pops up through my notifications all the time. He said, "I don't hate Jared. His takes are just
my god,
wider than a oh my god."
I don't know. I've met some tame ones before, so I mean, just what did they say? Lady in the street, freaking.
Unnecessary foolishness on the sound. You gotta stop. You gotta stop what you doing. Oh man, what's up, bro? Oh my gosh, Slim. Y'all on one tonight. Corey been on with that. It's like we said words. Now you that y'all have to stop. I'm not reading the comment section.
That's a good one.
I'm not reading that.
You said I'm
good one.
Yo,
that's the best one. That's good. That's good. God. That's good, Gus Bus. That's hilarious.
Y'all be cutting up.
Be wild, man.
All right. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back on top. So tonight we're gonna just get a quick season roundup, wrap up on Roundtable style. we'll talk to Adam Peters press conference. And why is the Commanders' future so bright? While all our ops looking weak as hell. Because they look weak as hell. I know. And I know Corey was saying, we was 4-13. I know we trash. Yeah, we was trash. We was trash-tastic. 8 straight losses. How out there throwing pick sixes. More pick sixes than touchdowns. The defense like it was Swiss cheese with all the holes. I don't know if it was Swiss cheese. It was just no cheese. It was just Swiss.
We didn't have we lost the Vaseline supply like probably back after we were 3 games into this. How we lost so much. I mean, God, you think Ron? He probably Ron probably couldn't sit down straight like in Bad Santa. I mean,
oh shoot.
Yeah, bro.
We lost the Vaseline.
Yeah, we lost it.
Bro, we lost the Vaseline supply.
Yes.
All the players lost their Jergen supply.
Preparation H, whatever you want to call it, bro.
They're like, bro, we ran out of water. We can't even take showers at the facility no more.
Yes.
All type
I forgot
all type of stuff going on. Oh my Lord.
It was one thing. It was one thing after another.
Oh my
this
gosh.
season.
All this dog. It's dog.
And you know what's funny, because the first game of the season it rained. It started off crazy.
It started off wacky.
Yeah,
it was like that last year too. It was like that last year too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the turnovers. Sam Howell gave us a glimpse of what the season was gonna look like, and thank God it was Arizona at the time. And no brow, no eyebrow Dobbs over there. So I mean,
man, we probably would have ended up with the number 1 pick.
Yeah, we probably would have.
Yo, my man said no eyebrow Dobbs. My man.
Oh my God,
he was trying to cook after he lost. He was trying to cook at some teams. I ain't gonna hold you.
I told him. I said something in week 2. When we was getting ready to play the Broncos, and I was comparing like their numbers and everything, and I literally saying, you can go find this too. I think it's on Instagram. I said, let's just be honest with it. Russell Wilson ain't nothing but Josh Dobbs with eyebrows and a good perm. At that point in the season, I did.
He's a big name version of Josh Dobbs.
Yes,
he's got a big name.
Yeah, that's all it was at that point in the season.
Yeah.
Man.
Did y'all see when Dallas and Goddard was fussing at Jalen Hurts last night?
That's hilarious.
He was giving him the Russell Wilson treatment.
Hey man. It might be the downfall, baby.
Boy.
I'm kidding. I don't think it's that bad. But I do think about it fall off a little bit though.
But what do you expect after this? One thing, God, it's gonna sound like I'm defending the Eagles. What do you expect after a team loses both coordinators?
Oh, I expected a drop off. I expected I expected to start 10-1. Even we start 10. I said, start 10-1. Oh shoot.
Yeah, 10-1.
10-1. Okay, Eagles, you bastards. I see you. You shiggles. You irritate me. I see you bastards. They start losing.
I mean,
there we go. That's where the coordinators start to fall off. Yay.
And then how they played us both times. So
beat them fools.
Yeah.
What's up, Tim?
Tim, man.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Tim?
Good, bro.
Well, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, for all Cowboy fans. Here we go. Here we go. Cancun, baby. What's a free Cancun? Let's do it. We all go to Cancun. Get your bum ass out of here.
To the couch.
To the couch.
Here we go. Jordan love cooking, y'all. Here we go, baby. Here we go. C-Lamp, dropping passes. Here we go. That's tough. I'm sorry, Dak. 400 yards in garbage time. That's tough.
What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? That's what it was.
Oh my gosh. Perfect.
Went from Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love.
Buddy Love.
Wow. Impressive.
Sherman.
My man lost all his mushrooms. No more Mario mushrooms for him. He lost all the juice.
I do
Man,
think this is like
baby. 1, 2, 3,
it's a good case study, man. This is a good sports science case study about what in the world is wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. I said this multiple times throughout the year. Not even throughout the year. I said it them leading up to the playoffs, right? I said they get the second seed. This is a layup for them because they're going to play the number 7 seed. Those number 7 seeds have played terrible in those first games. Remember when the Eagles played the Bucks? They played okay, but they weren't that good. But they're always getting blown out. I said, all you have to do is get past the 7th seed, whether that was the Packers, whether that was the Rams, whoever it was. It happened to be the Packers. And they didn't even play. They didn't show up.
Facts. They brought the F game to a home game and expect to win.
Like they literally
like F game.
They sat there with their thumbs up their bum. I'm like, well, they marched downfield. Okay, this is gonna be a fill out process. Because this is gonna be this is gonna be a close game. There's no way in the world that Dallas, who won, they were undefeated at home, right? That they would want to sit here and just. I
think they've won the last 15 straight, is what somebody says. Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they got sodomy laws down in Texas, but Lord have mercy. God.
Are you saying there's APB out on the Packers right now?
Where's Ready Red at? We got to find him.
Wait. It's an APB out for him. Where he at? Where he
sharp
at,
object.
All that trash, man. With all that trash. Just to
they need to go get the Packers.
Did Michael Parsons did a podcast today on Bleacher Report?
He better not do nothing. He better shut his mouth. He ain't do nothing.
How about Joe Barry, though? How about Joe Barry, that elite defense?
There's nothing elite about that defense.
I can't believe that bull. Can't believe that bull.
They do enough. They do enough. They're not elite, but they do enough.
You can't have 32 dropped on you and then I call you elite. But that offense, dude.
I mean, bro,
they kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit.
It should have been 48-16.
They pulled off after a little bit. I could see your point if this is in the middle of the game and then they get
when was somebody the Packers the offense to cool off? I mean, it was like going forever.
Didn't he have pick 6? They had a pick 6 on the defense too. Now
they did. It was great play by Darnell Savage. Great
dog. He's a dog.
That was actually more of an indication to me that Mike McCarthy is just he is awful on offense.
As hell.
They ran that double slant several times that game, and Darnell Savage just saw the inside slant go by. Okay, that we know they ain't going that way now. And then I'm right here for the pick, and they almost had a pick. I think it was a couple of plays before on the same thing, double slant to the inside, and Michael Gallup went high and grabbed it. It was a tight window throw, and then sure enough, they come right back to it again, and Darnell Savage gets the pick 6. Great play, but no, Joe Barry is definitely not elite. That is funny. But Matt LaFleur and that offense
got some talent at defense.
Dude, they had that Dallas defense lost. Did you guys see the short that Ryan posted on my channel by chance? I don't know if you saw it, but I'm literally saying this as we speak, and then there was that play action boot that Jordan Love literally could have thrown it with his eyes closed because the tight end had nobody within 30 yards.
Yeah, he was wide open.
And I'm like, as I'm saying that literally Dallas does not know what to do this game, that happens. Matt LaFleur was in Dan Quinn's head, and all 11 guys on defense were lost. And they just kept running the same formation. Single back formation, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side, 1 receiver on each side. And they just kept doing different things out of that same formation over and over and over. And Dallas had no idea how to handle it. That offensive line for the
I got a question for you, Tim. I got one question for you, Tim. Who does that remind you of? Remind you of Sean McVay? Any of them Cal Shanahan disciples? They do the same crap. It was window dressing. And Dan Quinn was so shocked. He said, they actually running at us. Oh, what do I do? They're running at us. Our linebackers are 200 pounds. What do I do? We have safeties playing linebacker. What do I do? Oh, crap. I got no Vander Esch.
It was the formula. It was the formula of the Bills used to beat them 5-6 weeks before when James Cook had 179 yards and a touchdown or whatever it was. They just used the same exact formula, hit him with the play action, and Jordan Love Jordan Love played really well. That throw off his back foot into the end zone, that was incredible. Like Jordan Love did his thing, but that offensive line was outstanding. And then the scheme was A+. They did everything correct in that moment. And you screw Dallas, right?
Yeah.
They earned it. They
always
love
get the ops. Get them ops.
I was
down. You in Philadelphia, eat these.
Yeah.
Losers. Loser players go home. Y'all suck.
I was talking to my brother-in-law
Really
on the
love
way
company,
home
darn
today, and he's a Dallas fan. I told him, I said, I'm sorry for your pain. He was like,
so you're a liar?
Okay,
no. So he was asking me, what did I see? I told him, I said, y'all got beat and y'all didn't know how to handle it. I told him, I said, the fact of the matter is Dan Quinn defense is always like that. I said, you could go all the way back to the Super Bowl. I said, and I said, that's what got Dan Quinn in trouble in Atlanta. I said, his defense will look good in the regular season. I said, but when it comes to playoff time, it just seems like a whole total different defense. And I said, y'all didn't even know how to deal with Green Bay because they ran on y'all and they passed on y'all, and y'all was all over the place. And so by the time y'all figure out, the game was pretty much over with 6 minutes left in the game. Yeah, y'all scored a couple of touchdowns, but that didn't really matter at that time.
Who cares?
Well, it's an aggressive defense that wants to get turnovers. If you're not going to get turnovers, then you're going to get destroyed. Like it's a very aggressive style defense.
And then what did they? But you look at two now. Also, they gotta get them a running back. Dallas does a bully of a running back. Like, tell me you don't miss that Zeke. Like, if you Dallas, you kind of miss something like a Zeke Elliott up in there. That's just gonna be a trendsetter. Pollard's not it. Pollard's finesse. Man, he can
Pollard has been super disappointed this year. I was expecting sky's the limit for him this year.
He's Alfred. And you need a Batman. You got that.
Yeah.
I don't rate running backs very high, but Tony Pollard's been disappointing this year. You're absolutely right. I mean, you can't blame the offensive line. I mean, they've had a great offensive line for a decade now. And I know they're aging in some ways, but they're still a really good offensive line. I don't know about the scheme. Who's the OC over there now? That Moore's gone? I don't even know.
It's Fred Flintstone is the he's calling all the game. He's calling McCarthy's doing all that stuff. Yeah. So you have
a lot harder without Aaron Rodgers. It's a lot harder without Aaron Rodgers.
I don't like this comment. Jared got Saquon to die. I don't like that. No. Keep if Saquon leaves me only 26. Please.
He's only 26.
They'll find a way to mess it up, though. They'll find a way.
Doesn't it feel like Saquon's been in the league for like 15 years? It's not really, but like it feels like it's been way long. He's only 26 years old. That seems wild to me.
He came in like 20.
Yeah.
Is Dave good? I don't know. And Dave, my co-host on the DZ Football Podcast, I don't feel bad for you. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. I don't care. I never cared. Hope you go to Cancun every year.
He's in Cancun?
Stay there. I hope the Cowboys stay there every year. You go to Cancun every year. I don't care if you go week 18. I don't care if you go wild card weekend divisional. Stay your behind in Cancun.
Yep.
No Super Bowls for you. No.
Brutal.
And as for Tony Pollard, I don't think he is. But I'm tired of talking about the Cowgirls. No, I'm talking about them. We got a bright future for them navy blue wearing morons. Whatever. We don't care about it. We wear burgundy over here. So what are y'all thoughts on the Adam Peters hire? And how fast do you think he can turn it around? I want to start with our super special guest, Mr. on the Warpath.
Oh, I know. Whatever. The move stinks, man. It stinks.
Wow, you don't like the move? Okay.
No, I didn't say I didn't like it. It stinks.
Oh, wait, what does stink mean?
It stinks of winning. It stinks of winning. The dude goes everywhere. He was in New England as a scout. They had 2 Super Bowl rings. He learned from Bill Belichick, Scott Pioli. Like they had good drafts in there. He was there for what, 6-7 years. He goes to Denver, and he learned. He got they go and win the Super Bowl there as well. And now he's been in San Francisco. And some of these cats that have came through San Fran. Now, the negative might be the Trey Lance thing. And it's not necessarily because it's going to sound like I'm kind of handicapping this. I'm not trying to. But we don't really know what Trey Lance is in the NFL. He's only had a small sample size. Whether you want to call him a bust, that's fine. But he played what 8 games and he's played 8 games in the league. Then he got hurt.
No, I can't call him a bust.
I mean, he is a bust. If you draft a dude in 3rd round and you get rid of him for a 4th or 3rd overall and you get him for a 4th, that was a bust. But to your point, we just don't know.
Yeah,
maybe he could develop into something later.
He's not. I don't think he's a bust. If one, the coach did not, Kyle Shanahan clearly did not want the guy there. So I don't know. I'm not gonna call it a bust. It's a TBD.
Definitely,
it's TBD. Okay. What? I'm sorry.
Just the different definitions we can use. That's fine. I see what you're saying.
A bust. Yeah,
I take your point.
A bust is I
take your point.
It's an absolute failure. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think that he was the top guy from the jump. And let's be honest, a lot of people didn't know Adam Peters from Peter Pan up until this process began. And be honest, nobody really knew who he was, but we had heard of him through the process last year. And then you had to go back and do your research. Like, hey, well, this guy, okay, he's legit. And I like what he said during the press conference. They're going to build through the draft, supplement through free agency. So hopefully that means they're going to get the right cats in there. And I'm sorry to say this, Tim. I think your boy Mayhew's going to stay. And he's going to be there. He was already bucking for a job when they were down there, when they came and played us at the end of December. He was sitting there like, hey, can I have a job when you come here? So I think he's going to stay here. I think Tim Gribble's going to stay. So they're going to have a little bit of transition coming into, but I like the Adam Peters pick, man.
Mayhew staying is a big black mark on that. It's just a terrible. That's a stain on this.
Why do you hate Mayhew so much, man? I want to know this. Why do you hate him so much?
What is there to like? What is there to like? We hired a GM that's 0-16. 0-16.
That wasn't
followed
him,
by a
though,
2-14. Followed by a 2-14. Secondly, he only hit in the first round. If it was a top 5 pick.
They were 2-14 after they were 0-16, so they improved. Okay, they won 2 games. They improved. Like, hey, he hired what's his name? He hired Jim Caldwell.
I mean, I don't mind Marty Herney staying.
He doesn't need to be the guy pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
but the guy, I think the guy can
evaluate. He thought Emmanuel Forbes was a good idea.
Ron Rivera thought it. Marty Herney thought it. Ron Rivera was the guy
that was pulling
it.
Man, it was
Ron. He was pulling the trigger.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah, that was Ron's plan.
Doesn't know anything. Ron Rivera makes decisions. Yeah, no, he does. He delegates. Okay, and then he puts his name on it. This was Martin Mayhew's pick. This was Martin Mayhew's situation.
Where, Tim?
Ron Rivera. Just what's that?
Where are you saying this? Where is the fact? Where is this fact?
He does it with everything. Look with Jack Del Rio. He's a defensive head coach, and yet for some reason it takes till week 6 to decide that Landon Collins should not be a deep safety. He's an inline linebacker.
But where is the report that this is Martin Mayhew's? We knew that Jack Del Rio was running the defense, right? We know that was reports. We could see that.
I didn't know this was a controversial take. Okay, so
no, I'm just asking. That's fine. It's not controversial.
It's good. It's good to ask questions. It's good to ask questions. It's good to ask questions.
I want to hear.
Are we suggesting that Ron Rivera was the one that was leading the scout teams, or not the scout teams in practice, sorry, but leading the scouts, and he was the one that was watching the tape, and he was the one that was going through and making the draft board, and he was the one that was discussing it all? Not the GM. Ron Rivera was the one doing all this.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Ron Rivera was the one who made the pick. That's what I'm saying.
Ron Rivera was the one that broke it all down, and it was him that thinks that Emmanuel Forbes was the top pick. Martin Mayhew didn't think that. It was, and he didn't present it to Ron Rivera. He didn't present that. It was Ron Rivera
options.
Ron Rivera went over the top of Martin Mayhew. Martin Mayhew knew this guy was an undrafted free agent worthy player. And Ron Rivera went over the top of Martin Mayhew and said, this guy's the one.
He is the top. Ron Rivera is the top. What are you talking about going over the top?
So I pay
Sorry, you're right. He is the top. I'm just saying, like he hired a guy, general manager, to talent evaluate, and he just threw that to the side and said, screw all of you. I'm taking Forbes.
Didn't Dan Snyder do that? Dan Snyder did that all the time.
Yeah, he did it with Dwayne Haskins.
He did that with Dwayne Haskins. I'm just saying, Tim. I'm just like,
I mean, if that's your. I can't argue. I don't have proof. I was out in the. I was out in the rooms.
I mean,
my understanding is what Ron Rivera is.
Corey's right here. No, Corey's right here. It's about the 2022.
Yeah.
Remember in the war room, Mayhew wanted Kenyon Green can't block himself.
You guys misunderstood
Ross said, hell no, I'm not doing it. I'm drafting Jahan Dotson. Get out my face. In discussion.
Go back and listen. He's telling Ron Rivera Kenyon Green just got drafted the pick before. Are we saying that Martin Mayhew's that stupid? We got to go get Kenyon Green. We got to go get him. No, he was just drafted, you ding dong. You literally just read it. No, he's telling Ron Rivera that Kenyon Green got drafted the pick before. And then Ron's like, we got our guy.
We got to get Jahan.
We got to go get Jahan now. But anyway, okay. I mean, I just also heard Ron Rivera say in a press conference 6-7 weeks ago or whatever it was, I just now started coaching. I just now started doing it. Once he fired Jack Del Rio, now I'm starting to coach.
What?
I thought this was known that he was a delegator. He went and hired. That's why he didn't know who the hell Sam Howell was. He told us that. If I knew Sam Howell was that good, I would have started him earlier. He don't know.
He's too busy in the front office. He's too busy in the front office, Tim.
But Scott Turner was trying to tell him that last year.
That's my point. Yeah, like he doesn't know what's going on over there. I feel like half the time, like he hires people and then he just lets them work. And I don't know. And I guess I don't know.
Man, Ron was collecting the check, bro. We know what was up, bro. He was collecting the check.
And Tim,
he was collecting the check.
In all seriousness, to your point though, the only reason why I brought that up is because I was reading something in The Athletic when and all this is revisionist history, so it really doesn't matter at this point. But they talked about Ron was always trying to win the narrative, something to sell, right? Mm-hmm. Granted, he probably wasn't going to win the narrative drafting Gonzalez, not drafting Gonzalez and then drafting Forbes, right? But the way they sold it at the point, and then the way they put that video out is like, hey, this is our guy. This is our guy. This is our guy. So part of me, I'm not saying that Mayhew is the I'm not saying Ron is the ultimate fault of it. Yeah, I get that Mayhew and Marty, they were like, well, you got these guys. But I'm saying maybe they gave him 3 options. And it's like, this guy, this guy, this guy. You got your pick on that. And I think Ron at the end of the day made the call on that. Now they all at fault. Because these have been that draft was terrible. I'm going to give
Martin Mayhew to me is still ass.
Like Martin Mayhew to me is the one that makes these. And then when he was the GM in Detroit, his drafts sucked. His drafts were terrible.
I don't disagree with that.
Like some of the players moved on from Detroit and had a decent career elsewhere. Kyle Van Noy, Darius Slay, Warford was a guard that played for the Saints for a Riley Reif. It might still be in the league. I know he's over there in the Vikings. I think for a little retired. Bit. Okay. Yeah. Like there's some, but I mean, he drafted guys like Eric Ebron, who also, I guess, had like a couple of stints somewhere else, but he drafted him in the first round. He drafted Theo Riddick in the first round. He drafted the other tight end. What was the other guy? Eric Ebron and
Brandon Pettigrew.
Pettigrew in the first round. Anybody outside the top 5. He had 3 picks in the top 5. He drafted Matt Stafford at 1. Ndamukong Suh at 2 and Ziggy Ansah at 5. Outside of that, the rest of the draft picks were who's? What? Like mediocre at best?
Huh?
Yeah, and then he comes here and he drafts Jamin Davis, who you go back. I said it was a project at the time. Now he's a freak athlete and he's going behind against a great defensive line. So I liked the pick. I didn't hate the pick, but I'm just saying he did not draft a ready to go middle linebacker at the time. Yeah, like which is fine. He drafted attributes, right? Like crazy
Remember what I told you about the
Yeah, what's
linebacker thing in 2021? What did I tell you in 2021
I
about
don't
the
remember.
linebacker?
I'll believe you whatever you said. I don't remember.
Remember, I said you and I did live together. And I said if we can't find a linebacker with Ron,
Oh,
and
you did
Jack,
say this. Yes,
yeah,
I do. Yeah.
and
I
How
remember
did we
this
not?
too.
Yeah,
we got bigger problems than that. And guess what
you
happened?
did say that.
We
I
had
remember.
big-
100%.
linebacker.
100% remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't know which way you were going, but yes, I do remember that 100%. You said, yeah, it's unbelievable. We can't find a linebacker with these two. But yeah, you're 100% right. And then Jahan Dotson, Jahan Dotson, nice receiver. I don't hate Jahan. Jahan Dotson's not near the level Forbes, but he's never going to live up to pick 16. He just won't do it, but that's fine. And then Forbes was an utter disaster looking at Christian Gonzalez on the board. It's unbelievable. This dude is running with Tyreek Hill and getting an interception while guarding Tyreek Hill over there in Miami. And we have a dude that played well against Michael Wilson for the Cardinals, and then we're giving him clap it up, baby, clap it up, Michael Wilson.
I mean, he's out there strapping Tyquan Thornton, and we were like, "Oh my God, he's back!"
But we had a chance to get Kyle Hamilton before Jahan, and now he's over there with the Ravens.
Yeah,
we could have stayed at 11 and drafted Kyle Hamilton.
I'm not, and that's fair, and that it should be definitely a knock on Mayhew because he made a mistake there. But I mean, I also would have made that mistake. I loved the trade back. I thought the trade back was awesome. I would have taken Trevor Penning the tackle instead, so that maybe we can actually have a left or right tackle at this point. But that's who I would have gone in a different direction. But Jahan Dotson in a extremely deep wide receiver draft, we reached on him, and it is what it is. But I have big problems with Mayhew. I think Mayhew stinks at his job, and that sucks. I don't have anything against him personally. I think as a person, I think he's great. I terrible at job.
Then the front office was full of ass. All of them were ass. Ron was ass. But Dan Marmon was ass, and it's full of trash. There's trash can water. Throw them away. It was terrible. It was disgusting. I don't want none of them here. But the guy keep Mayhew. Can you just demote him to something that's irrelevant? You want to give him a job? Just don't let him be relevant. That's all right.
Let me can I ask y'all something too? So we talk about Forbes, right, and everything. How much of Chris Harris leaving was a detriment to his development too?
Oh, it was huge. It was really huge.
Like that's the one thing about this secondary. It wasn't elite, but it was more bend don't break type secondary when he was here.
They were fundamentally sound.
Right. That's the biggest thing is I kind of point to coaching also. And and the one thing about Ron Rivera's or Jack Del Rio or whoever, it was like there was an arrogance that we're going to play these guys to a fault at us, and we don't care what you're going to do. It was like playing Jamin Davis at middle linebacker. He had no reason to be playing at middle linebacker, right? Who else played for? Bobby McCain was out there playing for us and was getting burnt toast in coffee time.
Landon Collins,
right? And I mean, Landon Collins, they really didn't play him in the right spot all the time. They were talking about this made up spot that they call Buffalo nickel and everything like that. But that's what I kind of look at. I fault the staff a lot too for some of these picks not coming to fruition. And then you kind of look at the transit property as well. Who's our wide receivers coach last year? It was Drew Terrell, right? He's the wide receivers coach. He goes out there to Arizona to become the passing game coordinator. What kind of drops off when we have the round mound of offense coming in here? The wide receivers has dropped off. So Jahan Dotson dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Terry McLaurin had it down here too.
Exactly. To me, I think a lot of this, we don't have a talent problem here. Now we can always improve talent, but I think it was a lot to do with coaching.
That was my number one issue.
No doubter. But go ahead, Live.
Yeah. That was my number one issue from last year to this year, coaching. I kept saying they didn't know how to develop these guys the right way, and they let the wrong guys leave instead of just stuck what we had, continue to develop. And if you was gonna put Sam Howell in there, you would have had somebody to really mold him in a certain way where certain mistakes wouldn't have been so much showing going into this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I do with coaching too, because look at Jahan Dotson last year. Like you said, Drew Terrell's a huge loss, I think, in my eyes, for real.
Mm-hmm.
And also look at Chris Harris with the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
It went from okay, Bim St. Jude's like a solid CB2, maybe a CB1 if you're pushing it, to trash. You can't cover a stone. I don't think
His
you cover
green
the
card
4 months.
expired.
We can cook him.
Mhm.
We can cook him. Give him a choice route and send his ankles to the shower room somewhere. He's terrible. And then look at the other dude. Like the only dude that did not have a fall off in the secondary this year was Kendall Fuller.
Yeah.
Everyone else looked terrible, and that includes Cameron Curl too. Terrible.
But Tony, you remember last year? Remember last year before Chris Harris left that Forrest and Curl was one of the 2 highest strong safety, free safeties in the league, along with Baltimore's last year, and because they played at a high level, they was playing.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and to this year, I mean, Forrest got hurt, Curl struggled, and then who they put out there? What
they put hit the quan out there. He was hitting the quan out. He was getting hit on. AJ Brown made him his son. It's like he been Emmanuel Forbes. Oh, I'm sorry, AJ Brown the third. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We don't call him Emmanuel Forbes in this channel. We call him AJ Brown the third. I'm sorry. Yeah. AJ Brown the third.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Sorry, sir. Sorry,
Yeah.
13. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Until you actually get a PBU on number 11 or something, you're his son.
That's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't like Mayhew at all.
You had Scott Turner, which we thought was absolute garbage at offensive coordinator, and you had Drew Terrell. You let them walk. You bring in this milk dud head fool and some other wide receiver coach, and everyone falls off. You only don't fall off with freaking Brian Robinson out here just cooking everybody, out here getting 100-yard receiving games and all this other foolishness. You don't get him the ball enough either, but none of my business. But I'm sitting here like, why? Why did this happen? Why is Jahan having no catch games? What is going on? Gotta be coaching. Like the equation changed. You went from Scott Turner to Milk Dud, and then you went from Drew Terrell to a dude that can't coach receivers. That's tough. I don't know.
That's tough.
No.
That's
I don't know what's going on.
It is tough. No, coaching 100% is the problem. I mentioned earlier with the whole Ron Rivera not knowing how to, he decides week 6 that now we're going to not play Landon Collins at free safety after the bye week. Now I start watching film. Oh, okay. So you just haven't done anything since week 1. Okay, that's cool. And that's why I think he's just a delegator. He doesn't.
Cancer treatments, man.
Which was brutal. And, shout out Ron Rivera. To fight through that was awesome. And I don't hate him as a human being. I just think his talent
a great man.
evaluation
He's just a mid coach.
as a hiring his coordinators, hiring his front office. I think he was absolutely horrible. And he was too much of a loyal
to a fault
person his way. Yeah, where it's like just takes forever to make any sort of decisions. Like that defensive line coach that was here for 2.5 years and fires him right.
Oh my gosh!
After his daddy was inducted into the Hall of Fame, like that was just he literally went up to the Hall of Fame and he came back and didn't have a job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's because Warren Sapp came in, right? Warren Sapp came in and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is who you have coaching these studs." Like,
well,
what? And then right afterwards, he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I'll make the decision to fire him."
Well, the elite Chase Young and I think had a lot to do with that. They had the defensive line. They were complaining about him and that room. So I don't know. But
I don't think the 49ers love him too much either.
But anyway, going all the way back to Peters, I think Peters, I like it. I like it a lot. I think that he was a good hire for here. He was not my guy. I preferred Alec Hallaby, but I am not complaining one bit with Peters. Obviously, the Niners have done a phenomenal job through the draft. getting some guys in the later rounds, Purdy, of course, and then Afanga, and maybe I'm sure there's other ones.
Fred
Kittle was later.
Mm.
Fred Warner. Yeah, like they've done a great job through the draft, and they've gone and brought talent. That team is stacked from top to bottom. There was people talking about they're better than if you brought in all the best players from other teams and put them together on one team. They still would beat them, is what some people are saying. Of course, that's not true. But the point is the point's taken is that that's just how talented this roster is in San Francisco, top to bottom. And I have no complaints in hiring a dude like that to this organization. And the press conference I thought was fine, went well. One thing I did like, and I don't know if this is common enough, I don't listen to enough press conferences of owners and things like that, but I do kind of like that the quiet part is said out loud of like, we're going to hire great people at their jobs, but then hold them accountable.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, we're going to give them as much leeway as they need. We're going to give them time to work this. No, we're going to hold you accountable. We know how good you are. We know where you're supposed to be. And if you're not doing it, then we're going to let you go. We're going to hold you accountable for what your decisions here. And of course, everybody I think does that, but I kind of liked the idea of saying the quiet part out loud, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
Peters, I thought he is probably not the most savvy in front of a microphone. I thought it was mediocre, but that's we're not hiring him to be a guy like that. He'll bring in the talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring the dogs in here. Give me the dogs. Bring the dogs who can work. Bring the dogs who can work. That's all I was bring the dogs. I think Adam P was a great hire. Personally, I thought they were about to double dip. I was like, hey man, fire that fool Mayhew. Boom, give him the boot. And hire Ian Cunningham.
You know what? Actually,
the block. And hire Adam Peters. I would have spent the block. I'll hire both of them fools. Hey, y'all
protect.
Welcome home. Welcome to the DMV, man. We got chicken wings and mumbo sauce. We got everything for you, man.
But Tech, no, did you guys hear it during the press conference? What is this guy hired as? What is the
general manager?
So he did get hired. It was not the head of football operations.
No, but
position. He is a general, because he said general manager during the press conference. He's like, I'm so happy to be the general manager here in Washington. So it's not this head of football operations.
No.
Well,
they had to make up a title because Mayhew was still the GM, unquote.
I think to give him room for promotion as he does well, like, you can promote him to vice president for football operations or something later on. I think that's where they wanted to start at. That's a couple things I was reading and what I heard on the radio. So just kind of give him a little bit of leeway.
He is a GM here, so Mayhew is not anymore. What is Mayhew now?
He's on the chopping block apparently. Like, I don't know.
He's a lame duck.
He's in purgatory right now.
He's just waiting to see if Peters brings him back,
right?
Which he does have a relationship with, because he came from San Francisco, so it's very possible he stays on the staff, which it's fine. I don't care.
Make a decision.
I would rather him not here at all. I think it would be a great move, but they were still drafting well, even with Mayhew's. But you know what? One of my commenters said a great thing. Even somebody always wrong is as good as somebody always right.
I'm dead.
Because you can always go the opposite direction. If he's always wrong, perfect. Great to know.
I'm dead. Y'all hilarious.
Chase Young was a creative
with no badges. You couldn't get badges.
Oh my God.
Oh, yo.
What's up with people wanting him back?
Your comments getting pinned, bro. Huh?
What's up with people wanting Chase back?
I'm good.
I'm good. I've been good.
I
want Tez to leave. I was sad. I was hurt. I leave Tez.
Why were you hurt? Why? Like,
I'm hurt about Tez.
Tez. Oh, I thought you had Chase. I was like, okay.
Chase went for a 7th round pick, and I never.
I mean, you don't want a Pro Bowl alternate on this team?
Tim.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tim.
Don't get me started with Goldilocks, bro. You start with Goldilocks, right? Matter of fact, hey, Jerry, where my money at, bro?
The problem with
where my money at, bro?
Chase Young fans were like Taylor Heineke fans, though. Like,
oh my gosh,
they were like, the boy could do no wrong. And if somebody said, well, maybe oh my gosh, he's coming back from the injury. He's a local guy. I'm like, I don't give a damn where he's from.
That right there That
come from the
that
south
part
side,
right
got
there.
shooters
Yeah.
outside. If you ain't playing good, you ain't playing good. I know
I
you
don't
can.
care.
That notion of local guy.
DMV, man.
And I was
DMV born
like,
and raised.
I
You can't talk to him like that.
I want a football player that's committed to play the game and wants to win. I don't want someone that's
A local dude.
exactly.
Hey, man. Chase Young was more focused on Instagram than football, bro. I didn't want him here. There's more focused on Instagram and the drips, the fits, than football. Okay, my man coming in with Versace jeans and daggone $1,200 pair of shoes on his feet and don't want to tackle a soul. I don't care. Bye. Why are we talking about?
Chase Young was on Instagram so much, I thought he was following me at one time. I was like, golly. Like,
You got to adhere to the scheme,
bro.
though. That's why he was a bust. He didn't adhere to the scheme.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a hatred for Chase.
I don't have hatred for Chase.
Yeah.
I just thought Chase
Yeah.
was never
It's a
him.
Sorry, as a player,
Accountability.
obviously, but anyway, I think he would have been fine here. But it's obviously he had a lot to learn. He was not the number 2 pick that we.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Come to
Devon
expect.
Payne saying that about Chase. Devon Payne dad said about Chase Young in 2021, saying he can't play football.
And they had to delete everything. That's right.
They had to delete all that. They had to scrub all that real quick.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but just drop him in coverage and see what happens. Good idea, Jack.
Stand them up. Stand them up.
Yeah.
Go. But
And
Chase
drop
was
him
never
back.
him to begin with.
Have him the closest man to Justin Jefferson. Good move.
Payne's also
Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Chase Young got him.
Jamin Davis on DeAndre Swift on the third down, adhering to the schemes.
my man was like these.
Oh,
yeah.
Even though Jamin Davis should be able to cover DeAndre Swift. That's why we drafted him. He was covered.
Well, he should be. He should be. But I mean, you think 3 years into the experiment, he probably like that's probably not the best thing to do.
No better, do better.
Didn't he get a pick on Bijan?
Did he get a pick on Bijan?
Yeah,
he did
get
a pick on Bijan.
That was cute.
That was cute.
Him and St. Juice got intercepted on the same day.
That was nutty.
Oh yeah, St. Juice got a pick too, bro. It was a pick party.
Man, I should have.
And that fool, Jared love that fool really. Trash.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but there was another pick that day. I think there was 3.
Did Kendall get one?
Maybe.
I think Kendall got one. Kendall got the third one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
Because Kendall set us up for B-Rock get that screen for a touchdown.
And Jamin Davis got that strip fumble on Russell Wilson in the second game of the season. When we was fighting to come back.
That might be the play of his career, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even hold.
Jamin Davis is not a bad player when he doesn't have to think.
Yeah, Jamin cool.
If you put him in any situations where he has to use his brain, he switches to as slow as me. It's incredible. The difference with him, if he could just use his instincts and play, he's a 4-3 dude. When he needs to think, he's a 5-2. It's horrible.
They should have played him like Michael Parsons, pretty much. Just put him around. Just use that chest piece.
Especially once you traded both Sweat and
Chase.
Chase.
Put
you don't have
to. I saw from KJ Henry after the trade. KJ Henry didn't look too bad.
Well, I mean, you're going to rotate anyway. I'm not suggesting that he had to play there every time.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
I do hope what this last year was rookie deal because they're not picking up that 5th-year option. That's dead. That's dead on the right, but I tell you that. Hope they make him rush the passer more. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I think Jamin Davis could be a nice situational pass rusher. We'll see.
He's a freak athlete.
I can't lie to you. I should have listened. Shady warned us, man. I thought he was being shady. But that LaShawn McCoy should listen to that son of a, you know what? I ain't gonna say the word today. The son of a gun. Son of a gun. Should listen to Shady.
Yeah.
EB, you ain't SHIT sweet honey iced tea. EB, you ain't ish. Try to throw you away. Your milk dud here.
I'm so mad at EB. I didn't know the stupid rule where they if you hire a minority head or coach and bring him into a head coach. I didn't know he had to be here for 2 years. I was so excited. I thought we were going to get a 3rd-round pick maybe if EB gets hired as head coach.
So
He was worthless.
He have to stay in for 2 years?
No, he don't have to stay nowhere for 2 years. We just don't get a 3rd-round pick if somebody hires him. But I don't want him. I'd get him out of here. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, my boy Joe said EB ain't ish either. I should listen.
Somebody.
What have we learned from this situation with EB? What have we learned? If Kansas City comes a calling or anything comes from Kansas City,
Andy Reid,
dead on arrival, dead on arrival. Ron Rivera, he was an Andy Reid product. He was linebackers coach in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, facts. That son of a gun.
I'm just saying.
But that's how EB got into Washington because of their connection. But y'all didn't read. Did y'all hear about Kansas City was hoping that we fire EB so they could bring him back for the playoffs? They was, I was like, y'all is really that desperate.
Oh, he can catch. EB can catch.
I think they wanted him for the jumpstart the offense.
I know, but what they need is like players that can catch.
Yeah,
they need the
Go ahead, Corey.
But he was missing. You look at Kansas City, he was missing. I remember when we had signed him, they were talking about Matt Nagy. I'm like, yeah, okay. I said, we'll see what Matt Nagy can do. And the offense, it wasn't crisp. It's like they were missing something. And what do you need? You need a jackass. You need a jackass, somebody that you can play good cop with, bad cop with. And EB was that enforcer that came in there and was the guy who was like, hey, we got to get this straight. You can see that.
That's I have Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, so I think it'll be just fine without EB.
EB's
run the ball, play defense, and they have Mahomes.
Super Bowl with them non-catching fools.
They won them last year with them. Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, Valdez-Scantling, McCole
Hardman. One dude that can catch, and he gone.
Juju
on that beat, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how. I mean, Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney caught touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Corvette was catching everything last year, boy. He might caught the Corvette after that contract from the Patriots. But none of my business.
Tony was shaving. He was point shaving, wasn't he, this year? Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney.
He's point shaving this year.
Point shaving.
Oh, yeah, he is point shaving. He's point shaving.
Yeah, he's point shaving this year.
What's the saying? You can't catch claps in the whorehouse.
Yeah. My man, he'd have the vaccine for it. The way he was playing.
He'd have the vaccine for it.
He'd have the vaccine for it if he just go in there. Yep, Kadarius can solve it because he can't catch it.
Kadarius can solve it, but he can't catch it.
Go ahead.
He got that mutant factor up there. He like, yeah, I'm impervious to this.
EB will only hold up a cat. I got Baltimore Niners in the bowl, but none of my.
I got the Ravens and the Niners in the bowl.
Yeah, they going to the bowl. I'm sorry. Niners spanking the NFC. I don't see Detroit beating them boys.
Detroit got supposed to score more than 24 points because, man, that was.
When you haven't seen your daddy in 3 years, what would you expect when you have him coming back to the house? I mean, daddy was gone a long time. He's like, hey,
man, Corey, you crazy.
Like, Corey, why is Corey so on target with these jokes, bro?
He said, if you didn't see your daddy in a while, what you expect?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Puka Nacua had caught that pass, Detroit would have been going home.
Hey, you know what they say about? You know what they say about if, ands, and candies and nuts and butts? We'd all have a Merry Christmas. And if it was a fit, you know we would. Hey.
Well, I can say this. Puka did me fine for prize picks. He did.
I bet he did. He ate.
He
feasted. My man had a full Thanksgiving dinner.
They couldn't
in the middle of January. That boy was eating. I was like, God dang. None of them corners could stop that boy, bro.
None of them.
They caught that pass. They caught that one pass.
And why Bradbury was trying to wrap his whole arm around that that dude from Tampa Bay.
Thanks, Bradbury. I've never seen an older 29-year-old in my life. My man, like he's 50. He can't run. He can't tackle. He can't move. What the hell can a man do? James Bradbury is awful. He's terrible.
Good thing we didn't get him.
Oh, boy. I'll be at James Bradbury house ready to fight him. Bro, open the door.
Yeah. Thank goodness we got
Open the door. Open the door. You non-tackling mother. Open the door. Who yelling about door at 3 a.m? Me, a fan. Open this daggone.
I was
I
like,
know
man,
you was the Eagles fan.
No. I'm saying if he was a
You
commander,
talking about-
he was doing that. No, I'm
Jay
saying
Brad.
if he was a commander, if we're in the playoffs and he was missing tackles like an idiot,
yeah.
I'll be at his house like these. Open up.
Kick him like
Look
300.
at the Steelers. Look at the Steelers defense when Shakir when he had that touch. Good Lord, that was nasty.
Dude, he
They
had
that-
oh crap, who was the linebacker over there for them? He had him tackling the different receiver. He tackled Stephon Diggs going into the end zone instead of Shakir.
Ooh, Lord, if that was on your browser, you'd have to delete that at work. Good night.
Number 16, I think.
Whew.
Steelers defense.
I was just like, I said,
Yeah.
God, that's just bad tackling.
Do Peters get another ring? Yes, because he was part of staff for the 2023 season. They were,
And he have a ring in every one of his NFL stops.
It's Detroit grabbing. They ain't call it. They ain't call it PI, but I mean, whatever. We start drafting more Hawaii people. Hafanga now, Puka. And those Hawaii players, man, it's like they starting to go. Hafanga all pro and Puka Nakua getting 1 million yards in his rookie season. Oh, look at the Hawaiian players, bro.
Man, you gotta get them, especially if they went to BYU, bro. They got that tribal power up in them, bro. They gonna they know how to battle.
Yo,
I can't find
I
it.
found a meme. Now I'm not gonna bring up these fools no more. But my man said, "Please don't pick on children that still believe in Santa Claus. We know adults who still believe in the Dallas Cowboys."
Well played.
Oh my gosh! I'll never pick on my kid.
Oh, it was number 16. Miles Jack. Miles Jack was tackling Stephon Diggs into the end zone instead of tackling Khalil Shakir.
God, there's so many jokes I could write right there that it's not appropriate to share on Tony's channel. So
I appreciate that, sir.
Yep.
You're welcome, sir.
Off air.
Yes.
All right, so we talk about Adam Peters. We talk about the season. I don't very much want to talk about. Matter of fact, we do have one more thing to talk about. All right, we gotta bring this whole quarterback thing before we get out of here. I ain't gonna lie. So
we're not going to talk about who we want as the next coach, or what's going on. With the next coach?
Briefly.
Well, I mean, whatever you want to do with the coach, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll talk. I do better the quarterback thing real quick. How do y'all feel about the incumbent starter right now, which is one Samuel Howell? And if we did draft a quarterback, who you prefer? Start with Live Wire.
Ooh.
Then Corey, then Tim, then me.
It all depends on the draft, how we approach the draft, especially with who we hire as a head coach. If they're gonna roll with Howell. Case of scenario, I'm gonna go with this other way.
You can bring the coach. You can bring who you want for head coach too. While yet,
okay, all right.
All in one thing. There you go.
Say for instance, all right. Say for instance, Ben Johnson. Now I've been reading a lot of reports that Ben Johnson comes. I saw some articles about him being paired with Drake May. I would be good with that because then he has his quarterback. He don't have to come in and try to retool Sam Howell all over again. Now, which he could because he did it with Jared Goff. But you got a guy coming in, Ben Johnson coming in, implement his system, you get Drake May up to speed. That's if Caleb Williams go number one, which a lot of people think that he's going to the Bears. Bears going to trade Fields to Atlanta, so forth and so on. Now, I don't have a problem with either one of the quarterbacks, Williams, May, or Daniels. Daniels is my favorite. I just love Jaden Daniels. I saw enough of Drake May from the ACC because I'm a Hurricane fan, so I know what he could do. But I think that if you're going to keep Sam Howell, you can still develop him. Find a suitor for who needs a quarterback later on because he's still on a rookie deal, so it's not going to hurt your salary cap at all. So, but if you decide to go with Sam Howell, then you're going to have to really fix his mechanics a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really develop that offensive line where he can't be taking 300 sacks in a season and cut down his interceptions. Doing the two biggest things, interceptions and sacks. And so if you do that, but all in all, I think we not gonna roll with Sam. I just feel like Adam Peters and them guys are going to go in a whole total different direction.
All right, Corey. I saw the comment, Dr. Pig, you got chill, bro.
I thought he just didn't like. I thought he didn't like short quarterbacks.
It's a meme. It's a meme.
Head coach, like I kind of told y'all off. I don't really like. It don't matter to me if it's Ben Johnson, if it's Bobby Slowick, or Mike McDaniel. I mean, even if they go and get here's a veteran one for you. I'd like if they go out and get Mike Vrabel, to be honest with you, because you got somebody who's established. You got somebody who's established. I think he did a good job in Tennessee outside of the last couple of years. And I think there was a little malfeasancies in the background that were kind of, I live in the Tennessee market. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it was all him. And quarterbacks, let Chicago draft Caleb Williams. I don't want to have anything to do with Caleb Williams. I'm not denying the talent. But it goes back to I have a prejudice against local talent now, and I don't need this. What I don't, because the guy is going to be the brand. He's going to be the franchise. And if you come in with an idea of who you are and what it is and what you already know about the place, I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna pass because I've had too many hit cases there. I'm not denying the talent, and it might be a big miss. But I'll pass the buck. May, Daniels, if those are the guys you want at the top, Ben Johnson, UNC grad, Drake May, UNC grad. Pair those two together. Okay, what's good? But here's the caveat. If you get that quarterback, I think you make him the starter from off the rip, get him in there coming. You trade Sam Howell. You get another veteran quarterback. Because that's another thing. You don't want that noise, that noise in the background for the guy. See what you can get out of Sam Howell and let him go somewhere else. Maybe he can be like a Gardner Minshew. I don't know. But one of those two guys, I don't have any specifics on that spot. And then what was the other when you said head coach, quarterback, and what was the other thing he is? I was writing down stuff. I guess that's it.
Did he those are the two main things, right?
Yeah, I thought was there a third? I thought it was a third thing. Okay. All right, good, cool.
He said, like, how do you feel about the current quarterback? How do you feel about the one that if you want to draft a guy and then a head coach? Those are like, I guess, the three things.
Okay. So how do I feel about Sam Howell? I mean, I thought what he did was admirable this year. I think that a lot of the issues that were had, I think he was professional. But I just don't think he's a starter in the NFL. I think he is a good backup. And now going to a 17, where we're in a 17-game schedule, and these quarterbacks are getting hurt. I mean, heck, they had to go to the nursing home to get Joe Flacco for Cleveland for a little bit. So there is a value in being a backup quarterback and not being the guy, but just being one of the guys to back him up. I mean, we look at. There wasn't a lot of tape on Jacoby Brissett, but when he came in for Sam Howell, he was able to light it up a little bit this year. So, yeah, I mean, he did good, but I think he's a backup, and there's no knock on him. But Sometimes you just gotta know your role, or like Ron Rivera says, do your job.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Poor Tim.
All right, so I'm out on Sam. I just didn't see the drive or the like. Come on, man, we're terrible, and you're supposed to be the leader of this team. I know you're a rookie, but he's just on the sideline no matter what's going on. He's got arm talent. He can move. He's slow to read the offense to understand where he wants to go with the football, which is why he takes a lot of sacks. Also, we set him up for failure with this offensive line, but it is what it is. We have an opportunity to get a stud right now at pick number 2. Okay. And in this draft, I was just thinking about this. I just thought about it right now. To me, Drake May is the Jamin Davis in this draft. Has all of the 6'4", the strong arm. He can move. He's got all of the things that, like, on a combine that you look at him and you're like, oh, this guy is the dude. And then I watch the tape and I'm like, there's flaws here. He looks like Mitch Trubisky in every way, shape, and form when I watch those two, but it's okay. Then Caleb Williams this year is the Micah Parsons. The character concerns, the locker room weird stuff going on, but freak talent, okay? Just the arm talent, the ability to escape like a magician, can throw from every angle. The accuracy is incredible. And I think a lot of it's fake news. Like, one of the things I was hearing about is that, like, his teammates were chanting, now we could be a team. Now we could be a team, with the backup quarterback and throw 6 touchdowns. Like, like, now it's not about one dude. It's about the team. It's about us. And then I come to find out, like, right after the game, Caleb Williams is in a t-shirt and hugging the quarterback and giving him props. I'm just, like, so excited that this young guy is going to, like, take over the next rate. And it's like, well, that's not the narrative that I heard at all. I thought his teammates had a problem with him, and it was just an egotistical maniac and thought he needs to be part owner of whatever team drafts him, and it's all about him. That's why he opted out, and he just didn't even show up for the game. So I think there's a lot of fake news going on here. Why? Probably because they want him to fall to him or whatever. I don't know. There could be a lot of things, reports out there, and I don't know what's true and what's not true. I don't know him, never met him in my life, but it is what it is. And then Jaden Daniels, I think he could be a really, really good player as well. And he could be like the Nick Bolton coming out of that draft, where he's not – obviously it's not quite the comparison because Nick Bolton was more down the line, and I don't think Jaden Daniels was going to be a third-round pick or whatever Nick Bolton was. But anyway, I just needed to complete the trio of my thought process I had. The comparison I had. I like Jaden Daniels. I think he is a guy that is an extreme athlete, in the vein of a Justin Fields, in a vein of a Lamar Jackson, that may need time to develop his actual throwing talent at the next level, but there's a lot to work with there, a lot to like. And Jaden Daniels is a guy that I would be okay if we end up with. Drake May is a guy that I would not be okay with, in my opinion. But that's where I would go with the quarterback position. And then head coach, I told somebody else that I'm all in on Ben Johnson, but I cannot deny what I saw out of Bobby Slowick.
Right.
Shutting down Myles Garrett. The offense looked tremendous. He made it so easy on CJ Stroud. And CJ Stroud looked really good. It's kind of like the Jordan Love. Like, I think Jordan Love made some big throws. But Matt LaFleur's offense and scheme and the offensive line were outstanding. I thought the same thing. Like, Laramie Tunsil, whenever he lined up one-on-one with Myles Garrett, he shut him down. And then they moved Myles Garrett around. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't get anywhere. It was like an impenetrable force. And Bobby Slowick's offense was incredible. But anyway, I digress. It's probably going to be Ben Johnson. I'm hearing it. We've already pre-selected him. The reports were completely true on Adam Peters. It's like we pre-selected Adam Peters. I don't see why the Ben Johnson thing is going to be not true. Yeah, not true either. I love the idea. Young, offensive-minded head coach. Pair him with the new quarterback of the future, whether that be Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels. I think it's going to be one of those two. And I am all for it. I think that's a home run. And then hopefully we go get I don't think he's going to do it. He's probably too young. He's probably going to get another job. But maybe if we go get Bill Belichick or what is his name? Pete Carroll as a defensive coordinator.
I was going to ask that question. I know we talked so much about offense. Who's a candidate to be who you would think will be a defensive coordinator, a good defensive coordinator?
I know. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna probably start that one off. But
All right.
I think for head coach, obviously Ben Johnson. I think he's the favorite. So I'm gonna just
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go left field here. We're gonna left field here. Now, before I do, don't dig him in the comment section, bro. Please.
Oh, you're setting yourself up for it. You're getting digged.
If y'all do,
I'm going to dig you right now. Whatever you say.
Care. I don't care.
I don't even care if I agree with it.
We know. I mean, I won't know, but we're leaning at the Bears going to take Caleb. I personally want Caleb. I've been a kid. It's all talent in the world. I get the whole local thing, but unlike Chase, I think he actually wants to be here. I don't think Chase wanted to be in the first place. So let me start with that. I think Caleb actually wants to come home, play for his hometown team, and it would not be complaining and excuse my fresh bitching like goddamn when Chase Young was. I'm sorry. It seemed like on social media he was doing a lot of complaining instead of playing football. It's none of my business. I don't think Caleb's going to do that. I want Caleb one person. So if we couldn't get Caleb Williams, and I don't like taking leftovers from another team, but I want to trade for Justin Fields. I said it. I don't care. I said it. Now, as a caveat, I don't want to give him no one a second round pick. Don't be calling me asking for more than that. You ask me, I'm going to say the next quarterback on the board, period. But I personally would not mind trading for Fields unless someone come up and get Drake May, Mitchell Trubisky clone looking ass, and I will take a haul. I'm robbing someone, Pooh Shiesty style back in 2020 with the Shiesty mask, taking all their draft picks. That is all.
I saw something on Twitter today. They was posting that say the Patriots wanted Drake May, and we trade back to the second round, but get a bunch of additional picks from the Patriots for them to get the quarterback that they want. So I don't know. I don't
mind anyone come to two. Anyone come up to two, I'm robbing you. I want everything. Give me draft picks. I want all of them. I don't care if it's the division rival. The Giants call. I want both your seconds. I want your first next year. I want your first and the year after that. I need your third this year. You want to give me everything for Jaden Daniels or Drake May? All right, cool. Thank you. Come on up. I'm gonna just take all the best players available, and they're gonna be stuck with a quarterback, no offensive line, and I'll be stuck with a loaded roster. Enjoy. Enjoy. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Now, if we had to draft a quarterback, we had to. Oh man, I'll take Jaden Daniels. I'm not a Drake May guy. I'm sorry. I can't subscribe to Drake May. He looks like Mitchell Trubisky's cousin to me. I'm scared. I don't want no smoke. I'm sorry. I don't want Mitchell Trubisky 2.0. I don't want it. I'm sorry. I know you're supposed to scout the helmet, scout the player. I get it. He just plays like Mitchell Trubisky. I'm sorry. He plays like him. It's scaring the crap out of me. I'm good. Good. I'll take Jaden Daniels. I don't love Jaden Daniels either, but I like Jaden Daniels more than I like Drake May. So I would I'll take Jaden Daniels if I had it. If I had to. But personally, I would just trade for Fields and call it a day. Give the Bears a 2025 second round pick, get out my face. I'm gonna rob somebody for all their draft picks and take like 15 players and hope 10 of them hit. That's just me. I'm robbing somebody for their draft picks, bro. That's what type of time I'm on. I'm sorry. I need someone's whole draft, and I need it. As a defensive coordinator, I wouldn't mind Al Harris from the Cowgirls. Deron Bland led the league in pick sixes. That's intriguing to me. Trayvon Diggs actually like a really good corner.
Yeah,
that intrigues me. He had Gilly actually look like a 25-year-old for a hot second. That intrigues me very much so. So I wouldn't mind Al Harris personally because our secondary needs some work, and he's ain't the guy for the job. Him or Chris Harris. I wouldn't mind bringing Chris Harris back either because we saw how the secondary looked with Chris Harris, and we saw how it looked after he walked out the door. It's a big difference.
So my preference on a defensive coordinator is old. I'd prefer a retread because then it's less likely they get taken from us. So if he ends up being really good, like it's kind of like Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, if this is his first stint, he was gone quickly.
Oh, shoot.
Good, G.
He didn't like that take, Tim. He didn't like that take.
Yeah. You can't believe it.
He said,
He didn't believe it.
Dan Quinn has been there the whole time, right? Since Mike McCarthy's since 2020. So this is
2021 because he was still a coach in 2020, but he's been
all right. So 3 years of Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Dan Quinn would not have been a head coach last year if that was his first or if he hadn't been a head coach before in Atlanta. In my opinion, I don't know. Because, I mean, that defense was outstanding and could turn the ball over like a crate. There's no way he would not be a head coach. But because he's a retread, because he's an older guy, they haven't gone that direction. And a lot of people want to go offensive minded anyway. But if we can get an old defensive coordinator, if we can get a Bill Belichick in the house somehow, or maybe he's the only one that can save Forbes. But a Pete Carroll or somebody else that's an older mind, I don't know. I would have to look more into who would be available. But just like I would prefer a young offensive-minded head coach, I would prefer a old retread defensive coordinator combo. And that's kind of like what the Rams did with Sean McVay and Phillips. Wasn't Wade Phillips there? Am I making that up?
He did for a minute.
The original defensive coordinator for Sean McVay. I guess he eventually retired. So maybe it's not good to hire as old as what I'm talking about, but maybe get like a 60 to 65-year-old, somewhere in that range, that's already been a retread. I don't know who would fit that bill off the top of my head right now, but
Wink Martindale out there.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah, Wink.
Martindale.
Is he going to be fired?
He's already. Yeah,
he
out of there. He out of there.
Yeah, he's been
all
out
right.
of it.
There you go. That could be a perfect set. Because how old is he?
He's 60.
And has he been a head coach before? I don't think he's been a head coach.
No, he's never been a head coach.
He won't become one. I don't think I will.
He won't become one.
He won't become one.
Not a head coach.
Nope.
Not a head coach.
Okay. Well, good.
He had opportunity to interviews. They declined to hire him before. So.
I mean, the guy looks like a mob boss, so I mean, I don't think they're gonna hire him anyway. So that
sounds great.
Yeah, that's why I want a thug for my defensive coordinator.
Okay, that's perfect. James Johnston and Don Martindale,
bro.
Perfect. That's. I said 60 to 65. That's the only thing he doesn't have is that he's not a retread head coach. But if he's not going to be hired anyway, and he's had some decent defenses, right? I mean, the Ravens in 2018, 2021, I think they were decent. I don't remember.
They did, look what they did with us. Did to us these last few years, and then
and then the Giants defensive coordinator. I just think he had just no offense to help him out to pair with that defense. So putting him in terrible situations. So I would give him the benefit of the doubt. I think this would be a great hire with a Ben Johnson. The one other thing that I would have liked if he was a retread, then he could also help develop Ben Johnson as a head coach. Like he could be somebody that Ben Johnson leans on if that's who we want with that somebody with experience as a head coach. But that's fine. We don't get that with Don, but we get a really good defensive minded coach that's older, that's probably not going to be taken from us, and we can have a pair for 10 years or something crazy like that. That sounds like a Steve Spagnuolo. If we could somehow end up with a dude like, I mean, I'm not him specifically because I don't think he's leaving Andy Reid, but a guy like that where Andy Reid and him has now been paired together for 8 years? How long Steve Spagnuolo been there? The whole time?
He's been there
I don't know.
He's been there for a while.
And he's phenomenal. That Chiefs defense is super underrated year in and year out. And I think that I've already told you, I thought the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. And I think defensively, combined with the run game, they have a great O-line and Isaiah Pacheco. Mahomes is basically an afterthought almost in that matchup. Not literally because everybody loves him, but still. But go ahead.
You get your Jim. Lord, I wish Jim Schwartz wasn't on the Browns. I mean, they had a bad game this past week. But Jim Schwartz, that kind of fills your criteria there too. Mike Patton, I think he's with the used to be the head coach of the Browns, but he had some pretty good defenses when he wasn't.
Leslie Frazier out there.
Yeah, Leslie. That's another one. Old Leslie Frazier.
Okay,
like
there you go.
His defenses.
Oh, what about the other dude? Is Zimmer? Wasn't he defensive minded head coach?
Yeah, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
He said
Zimmer.
He said
he had a really good defense over there for most of the time over there in Minnesota.
Yeah. I like Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer cool.
That could be an interesting pairing as well.
That man blitzed like 85% of the time, bro. My man would blitz the draws off.
You know what I really have liked if he wasn't already DC is Flores. I think Flores did a great job over there in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
And I don't feel like anybody wants to touch him with a 10-foot pole to become head coach. So that could have been a dude that turns into the next Steve Spagnuolo.
What if he doesn't get? What if Vrabel doesn't get the job? Doesn't get a head coaching job? That would be crazy.
I like Vrabel, but I think a lot of people think like you. I think a lot of people are not blaming him for what went on in Tennessee, thinking that he didn't have a lot, and I think that he will get a second chance. I don't think Vrabel's the guy that's on the.
But like,
I would love Vrabel though. I think Vrabel's DC would be awesome.
A first wave of coaches getting hired.
Yeah.
And after that first wave, if he's in that second wave, I think he gets a job. But maybe he might not. He might not get one.
Yeah.
You get here. You bring
he might not want some of these jobs. He might say, "Ooh, I gotta get hired by them. I don't want."
Yeah, but job. Like, let's say he doesn't get it here. We bring him in as DC, and and the defense almost becomes a 180. Like immediately, he's immediately getting a coaching job next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Some of these jobs, he might not want some of these jobs. He might say, "Okay, I want this job, this job."
He wants a head coaching job again.
Yeah, of course.
There's only 32 of them.
Yeah, there's only 32 of them. But you think he won't go to Carolina? I don't want to go work for David Tepper. If that's my last option, I'm gonna be a coordinator if I go work for David Tepper. I'm gonna work for David Tepper.
But you got to think too now. I mean, there was people going out there. In Houston, right? They were going through the Black Brigade every year until they landed on D'Amico Ryan. So people gonna take the job if they need it, or if they wanted something. There's gonna be somebody.
At least with Houston, you had the number 2 pick in the draft. You had some cap space. You had something. And Nick Cassell was actually a decent GM. David Tepper is terrible.
Don't. But I see where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, it was still these coaches were getting thrown through the ringer, and they just happened to find one of the best defensive players in franchise history to come back. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you're going.
I'll wait for D'Amico side of things. At least they had something going. Yeah.
Right. You're gonna take it. If somebody gives you a job. I think Brian Flores would take a job in Carolina if they offered it to him.
Yeah, he would take a job because he ain't getting another one.
Yeah,
he'll get that Carolina job.
Because they probably
a guy like Mike Vrabel that has established himself as a really solid head coach in the league. I think he can have options. I think he could be choosy. I think he could choose a little bit. Carolina, I could pass on that. I could wait for next year. Maybe another job open and be a little better than Carolina. Because they don't got a first round pick.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can wait.
Yeah, Ross is terrible.
Yeah.
I only say it because Mike Vrabel seems like a coach that maximizes the roster.
Yeah.
That Titans roster is not good. They had no business winning half the games they won this year. They should have been a 2-3 win outfit. But he made them look competitive.
But I think the good organizations are going to go offensive minded. I think a lot of people.
You have.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people. I mean, it happens every once in a while. But I think a lot of people are going to go young offensive mind. You pair it with that quarterback. It seems to be the formula for a lot of teams. And it's where I know the NFC had at least 6 out of 8 offensive coaches, or 6 out of 7. Sorry, 5 out of 7, I should say. Is that true? Or I think
you said
McCarthy, NFC, Mike McCarthy, Kyle Shanahan, LaFleur. Who else was in the playoffs this year already? And I'm forgetting.
Campbell.
Oh, Nick Sirianni. Dan Campbell was offensive minded.
Yeah.
Sean McVay.
Yeah.
And was the last one a defensive minded head coach? Who's the 7th team all of a sudden? I forgot.
And you know, Dan Campbell had Anthony Lynn over there from the Chargers before Ben Johnson moved up
That
to
was a
OC.
mess too. That was a mess and a half, according to some reports, though. How that was done with Anthony
the one defensive head coach is Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
But it's 6 out of the 7 in the NFC. Then I don't know about the AFC because you had Andy Reid, you had D'Amico Ryans defensively.
Yep.
Offensive is Stefanski, right?
Scott McDermott is a defensive coach.
McDermott.
Yeah.
So there's 2 defensive coaches.
Harbaugh. I mean,
Harbaugh was like a
because
special
of-
teams coach,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Yeah.
Was he a defensive coordinator or special teams?
He's special teams coordinator. Special teams.
Yeah, special teams. So he's he's an odd one.
Yeah.
He's an anomaly.
He's definitely an anomaly for sure.
He was a defensive backs head coach though too, but no, mostly. But then he was also a tight ends coach at some point. So he was all over the map.
I'm at a jack of all trades.
Yeah. Was he? Did he play quarterback like his brother, or did he ever play football?
Who was that? He played quarterback like his brother.
He played college, or he went to Miami of Ohio. Did he play? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is though, most of the organizations, especially the playoff level organizations, are going offensive coach, and Vrabel may not have too many options. I think he may, not to say that he has no options, but he may have to just take what he can get. And I don't think he's going to be a top priority for a lot of organizations.
Here you go. Here's one for you. John Fox. He's a defensive assistant right now with Detroit.
John Fox.
Dang.
Juris likes him. Juris likes him. That could be interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. Old Johnny Fox. That would be. He's right there in Detroit. He can tell Ben Johnson can be like, "Hey, I'm going to Washington. You want to come with me?"
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juris mentioned that the other day. That could be a great one. On retread.
Sure.
How old is he? 65?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's filing for AARP. Oh, he's 68.
68.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's 68.
68.
Yeah,
My
man.
man filed
It
for
depends.
AARP.
It depends. Yep. I mean, they got one of our former linebackers on here, Sean Deion Hamilton. You can bring him on the staff, maybe as a linebackers coach. I mean,
I remember Sean Deion Hamilton, Nick Saban hyping him up as a super intellectual as far as a football player is concerned. Like he was. So I love that for him. He's a coach right now.
he's assistant linebackers coach for the Lions.
That's good for him. I think he could actually, just based off that information, Nick Saban really talked him up as one of the smartest defensive players I think that he ever had on his team when he was coming out that year in the draft.
Now, if the Raiders hire Antonio Pierce, then that'd be another defensive person off the board. You know, that'd be a head coach.
And I think they should. He totally earned that job.
They'll screw
Totally
it. What's the name?
Screw it up.
Deserved that. Bisaccia deserved the job last time when he got him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did he?
I think they learned their lesson this time with Antonio.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
He put that
team playoffs and then
Pierce gives me a different feel than whatever. Like I know who you're talking about, but
Bisaccia,
Pierce, former player, heavy, hard nose, like no name as well. Like people knew Pierce before he became a head coach.
No, both things can be true at the same time. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying that they effed it up last time.
Yeah,
with Bisaccia.
I just don't remember feeling that same way. I don't remember feeling that he earned the job, I guess. But maybe he did.
That man around, they bugging.
I mean,
I said what I said.
What is he doing these days? I feel like I
special
saw his
teams
name.
coach.
Bro,
Special
could be
teams
doing
coach
stuff
somewhere.
like doing.
I feel like I've seen his name recently. Where is he at? I thought he
He's
was on a team
Who
now.
is tight end coach?
He's Green Bay special teams coordinator right now.
Ah, that's where I've seen him. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was 75.
Well, Portis is a running back coach. I kind of like Randy Jordan.
Which is different than Pierce, right? Pierce was better than that, isn't it?
Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm hyping him up.
Around. He's like a hitter, bro.
I know he beat the Chiefs. He walloped the Chargers. So he had a couple of huge wins.
That Christmas game on in Kansas City, that was impressive. You know, like he was where am I? He's 5-4. So I mean,
okay, 5-4.
Not.
But he lost to the Dolphins, the Chiefs, a weird one with the Vikings, 3-0. Was that a weird
Yeah.
Bad weather
He
game or
lost
something?
to Washington,
No,
I
that
think.
was in the that was in Vegas. It was just a bad game.
It's just a weird bad game.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
It was just a weird
Oh,
bad game.
y'all
Yeah.
saw Pierce. Yeah, that was weird, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they had
that was the most disgusting football
I mean,
game.
he's still winning games with Aiden somebody. What the hell is that?
Aiden
kid's name?
O'Connell.
Yeah,
O'Connell.
O'Donnell. Yeah, O'Connell.
At least beyond whatever has had a Derek Carr, an experienced vet quarterback at the time. Like
Yeah,
this
because
guy, he is.
Hey
But
man,
Derek Carr-
they
Carr-
smashed the Chargers, bro. It's hilarious.
Well, Derek Carr is
gonna
leagues
tell
above
that.
freaking
They smashed them boys.
O'Connell. I mean, a rookie O'Connell. He's winning games with, putting up 63 points.
every time Derek Carr boo-boos on himself, though, I have this.
I'm not a huge Derek Carr stan. I'm just
Yeah,
saying that he's way better than O'Connell.
Who did they beat down the stretch?
And they lost to the Colts. That's weird. Lost to the Colts.
Yeah.
Even though I like the Colts coach. I think Station's a good coach. So
Shane
Yeah,
Steichen
he's
sucks,
good.
bro.
He's good
He
one.
effed up on that last game though. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't appreciate him not having JT in the game. That was dumb. But outside that, cool.
anyway, I think Pierce has earned it. I think he had deserved
I
a chance.
Oh,
Get
definitely.
him. Try to get him a quarterback. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Anyway, you're probably right. Two things are true. Biatas, whatever's name.
Yeah,
is,
they
probably
just
deserved
like
it.
they screwed it up. People should just stay away from Josh McDaniels and everything he does.
Yeah.
Everything he does turns to
for everything. Stay away from
like
that.
it just
No way.
like he just makes everything worse. The man could F up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Literally.
Yeah.
My man could F a fried chicken. I don't know how you do that.
You can do that. You can do that.
You can do that? That's
You can do
doable?
That's doable.
My kind do it all.
You been to KFC?
My man
been
can
to
mess up a
KFC?
ham and cheese sandwich. My man can mess up anything, man.
You said to mess
My
up
man
fried
can mess
chicken. You
up.
been to
My man can mess up
KFC?
everything.
I don't even know if you guys caught that. It's fine.
Would you
My
say?
man can mess up sugar water.
I said my kind do it all the time, but I was just kidding. But go ahead.
Y'all just gotta season it, Tim. That's all. Salt and pepper is your friend, Tim. Salt and pepper, they're your friend. I have to tell my wife this and other non-melanated folks. Seasoning is okay. It's your friend. You see that P and you see that S. I tell my wife like this all the time. I said, the P is me, the S is you. Make it together. It's a beautiful tasting meal. So.
When I was younger, I had one of my best buds still to this day is Daryl, and I went over to his house and I made Kool-Aid with his packets and everything, and then he drank. He spit it out and said, "What the heck did you?" And he just takes the sugar. I probably did. He's literally taking the bin and just pouring it in there. And I was like, you know what? This is a lot better. You're right. I messed up.
Yeah. You eyeball everything. I eyeball it. It's like,
he's just and then he tastes
one for my mammy, one for my pappy. All boy, we all be happy.
Where's the milkshake guy? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I probably followed the directions and it was not.
No.
You
gotta follow your own path, Tim. Don't direct.
I never made the mistake again.
I was
coachable.
It's like Jamin Davis in the speed limit. Don't follow it, man. Don't follow it. Just keep on going through it.
Jamin Davis. I think bro need to start following it out here.
Yeah, just.
I buy the wrong comparison there, Corey. Bro, I start following that junk, boy.
Yeah.
I give it Loudoun County all type of trouble.
Yeah, you got to go 85 and a 45 or whatever it was. What 35 or something? He was going.
Yeah, he was doing some.
Need for Speed 52.
Need for Speed, Midnight Club, driving mother lover there, boy. My man is on some Need for Speed, Midnight Club 3 back in 03, driving up right there. Scott. Pull over. I don't do that. Stop! God dang, Damon, you gonna get us killed, Damon? Stop, Damon. All right, stop. You got me stop driving.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is hilarious, man. Y'all are hilarious. I'm glad to see Corey doing well. Always having always good having Tim on. Tim, that Kool-Aid story, I'm gonna stick to that one. I'll put that in my back pocket. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this last comment. We won't get out of it because I do have another podcast with my guys Dave and Dio. We gotta dig in Dave. He's a Cowboy fan. We gotta give him the Here We Go. The Cancun all night. We gotta destroy him. He gotta get the smoke. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta get the smoke. You gotta put the whole bag in there. The whole
container.
Yeah. No cup, no nothing. Just
he didn't have a scooper. He didn't have a scooper.
The darker it looks, the better, Tim. If it looks like syrup, if it looks like you're going to get diabetes by osmosis, that is good. If it's thick that you can put on pancakes, it's even better.
That's why my boy Daryl was 380 pounds. No exaggeration. But he lost a lot of it. He's actually like 210 now. So good for him. But anyway, when he was growing up, he was a big boy. Big boy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have the DeJuan Jones bit. He was like, it's a lot. Got the way. Got the way. If Stroud beat the Ravens, that'd be crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bobby Slow. If he comes out and not dominates, but if he comes out and has a really good performance,
yeah, he'll definitely get a head coaching job. Jalen leaves more open lanes on the field than on the freeway.
Pause.
All right, pause. All right, we have to go. End the stream now. That's it. Dr. Pig, he ruined it for everybody. Well, actually, I'm gonna wrap it up here though. I do appreciate Corey for being on. Go subscribe to On the Warpath, Road to 4K. Hurry up and do it. I want to see 607 y'all subscribe so he can get the 4K. Do it tonight. Just hurry up and do it because Corey's the man with the plan, and this man he's the man with the plan. Go subscribe to Livewire Me if you ain't done so. Man Road to 2K.
Yep.
I mean, I ain't like 500 y'all smashed the sub button.
Not the basketball 2K.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Get my man a 2K so he can play 2K on his YouTube channel for y'all. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know some my part gameplay. Something we'll figure that out. Timmy the big dog over there. Timmy got like what 5K now, 6K, 100K.
No, we're almost. I think we actually just hit 5,600 today, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Damn, Tim.
No, we lost a couple. We're at 55.97. Some people, Some people are haters.
Haters. You unsub, you are up, you suck.
They were
spammers, Tim. You know that. That's those spammers that come in there.
There was Eagles and Cowboys
not
fans.
Spam accounts. Go resell to my man so you can get the CB4.
Unbelievable.
6K.
Ridiculous.
Shout out to all of y'all, and I want to give a shout out to one more person real quick. My man's left the YouTube stage for a few months, but I want to give a shout out to my man, one guy talking sports. Wish you number the best on your military journey, bro.
Man.
Is he here?
We're gonna welcome back open arms.
Yeah,
he's left yesterday. So we're gonna get a shout out.
He just left. Oh, cool. Good for him.
He put one video up today.
Air Force? Did I make that up?
Army, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Army.
Yeah.
Salute to him, man. Salute
to Juan Gotti.
It's a great opportunity.
I was a basic trainer.
Great idea.
3 months, my brother. We'll see you in 3 months. Shout out to these three though. Appreciate y'all for having y'all on tonight.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have the same group on very, very soon, especially Corey. Corey's hilarious.
Yeah.
Corey's hilarious.
It's not true.
You know what?
Not true.
I am.
Just look. I told you. I'm glad that you had your A squad, and then you had D squad right here. You had the
matter of fact,
squad.
D squad.
All right, so I'm actually gonna do a mega mock draft in April, and I want you on. I'm telling you now, right now.
Okay.
On January 16th, 2024, at the beginning of April, we'll do a mega mock.
Y'all heard this, right?
You, Tim, in Livewire, yes.
All right, better.
Hopefully the corner stop hiding.
You have a channel, Livewire, huh? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar at all, but I'm going to subscribe now.
Yeah, Livewire Sports Media.
How long have you been doing it?
Well, actually, I had to recreate my channel over because my original channel got hacked. So I was where you was at 5K. So yeah, that
This
was
is you right here with 1.66.
yeah, that's me.
All right, cool.
So yeah, so you know, it hurt my heart, but you know, the grind's still real. So you know, I'm back at it.
Good.
Oh yeah, facts, man. We got to get my man back up there though.
Yeah,
So, yeah. That's what it for tonight. Corey will be back on beginning of April, so everyone will know.
So. Thank you, sir.
Matter of fact,
Thank you.
You'll get the stream out tonight. So here you go, April this time, sir.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
so anytime y'all have something on your channel, let me know. I'll definitely pull up and support y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But yeah, also go subscribe to the DT Football Podcast YouTube channel. I'm gonna be on my guys Dave and Dio, digging in Dave's Cowboys for an hour. It's gonna be hilarious. If y'all want to hear Here We Go and talking trash to these fools for an hour, go subscribe. We're gonna troll him all night. So go subscribe to DZ Football Podcast YouTube channel. Be under the feature channels section of my channel. And yeah, man, y'all guys be easy, be safe, stay healthy, have a good night. Shout out to Corey, Tim, and Livewire, of course. And y'all have a good night, man. And go watch the DT Football Podcast. About to start like 5 minutes. So catch y'all.
All right.
Salt and pepper.
Oh, subscribe to my second channel too, Life for Tone, darn it. And don't forget about that. 1 2K on the way.